After going back and looking at it, I thought our defense, really played well all game. Put ourselves in some situations with some unfortunate turnovers and some unfortunate penalties, but I thought they played well. And then the drive before halftime, from an offensive standpoint, I think we scored 5 straight drives and really started playing better at key positions and just found a rhythm. And so really pleased with just how we finished and played. We've played twice now after midnight in the light blue uniforms. And if you guys know anything about Flames, when are they the hottest? When the Flames light blue. So after midnight, we've been hot. And so, but our guys found a way there. Wasn't clean. There's some things that I've got to help to get us cleaned up. That's put us in some bad situations. But from an effort standpoint, from being locked in from some things, I was pleased with that. And it's a good win for us. Obviously, a region game, an out of conference game against a conference that is well respected nationally, and that can help us if ECU can continue to hopefully win. I think that can help us. But obviously we know we got another big one this week. When even though we have 7 days in theory, to turn around because we played so late. Our opponent played on a Thursday night, so they got extra time for us, and so they're going to have a great plan. So we've got to really have a great week of preparation and be able to come back and build off of what we did. We can't have one game and then go backwards. This has got to be a checkpoint for us to be, hey, from here going forward, this is how we're going to play.
You referenced looking at Sean Clark, I guess their head coach. Just any familiarity with him? I mean, I know you'd faced off against Mike Houston before.
Yeah, Sean, I think 4 times now, maybe 19, 21, 22. So this would be the 5th time. I think we're 2-2. I can't remember. But Sean does a great job there. He's got a tough job. He's at an alma mater that he loves, and they have high expectations, and he's done really well. But I don't know if he's ever met those expectations compared to what I think he's averaged like 8 or 9 wins a year. I mean, it's unbelievable. Sean does a great job there, and obviously they had a setback last week. But if anything you know about them, I can give you an example. 21, we go up there to play them. They get beat 41-13 by Louisiana. The week before, we roll in there. They beat us on the last second kick, and so he's been in situations like this, and he always finds a way to rally the team, and they end up going on a run. And so I know he's confident in the players he has there and the coaches, and he's been in a situation like this, and he's overcame it and end up winning Eastern Division championships and playing for conference championships. So we know, I know. Our team knows, our coaches know the team that was last Thursday is not the team we're playing. For whatever reason, last Thursday happened for them. He always does a great job of rallying his team and galvanizing them, and so we know we're going to have to go play well. It's a tough place to play. They got great fans, great environment. They care, and they've got they got good team. So another big challenge for us, which I'm excited about. I mean, we need to see where we're at, right? We need to see how good we can be, and I think we've not probably. Is if I'm looking at it, from just honestly, like I wish we were better in certain things, and we're not, and we're getting closer. Have we gotten better throughout the 4 games? Yes, we have, but we're going to have to play well, to go beat a team, Coach Clark and his team, and the way that they play and what they're capable of. We're going to have to play really well.
Scary moment Saturday night with Rylan Green. He was able to walk off mostly on his own, but just what update now, 48 hours later?
Yeah, he'll be out. It's concussion, like symptoms, and so anytime you have that, you can't play the next week, whether you're ready to go or not. That's just from a safety standpoint. So he'll be out, which is unfortunate. He's obviously one of our better players, punt returner, and so he does a lot for us. But we don't anticipate it being longer than, because you have a couple, I don't want to say you have an open date coming up, but you got a little longer to play the next one. So hopefully, if everything, he responds well, he should be back hopefully by FIU week.
Who'll get his reps at punt return?
Reese Smith will probably be there. Tyson Mobley has done it. We've had 3 or 4 guys do it. Darius Copeland would have, So we've had some guys that have practiced and has done it in some games before. So right now, Reese Smith will be the one that goes out.
I know this past Saturday is kind of unique with the weather delay, but slow starts have kind of been a reoccurring theme this year. Is there anything you and your staff try to do maybe during practice this week or pregame to try to make some adjustments to?
Well, we changed it last week, and I thought we changed last week and thought we had a great week of prep, and we really did. And I think, after obviously the slow start, if you look at it, we played really well. And it might not be the whole team. It might be certain positions that aren't starting well, And so what can we do for those certain positions to help them play cleaner right away and be into it right away? So we're looking at some things this way, whether it is changing up a little routine or maybe allowing them to be more involved in some of the things that we're going to do early just to come out of the gate better. Because we come out of the gate better, that's probably not a close game, to be honest with you.
Is there any physical preparation that's different? Anything you guys have to do from a nutrition or that type of standpoint, just given the late night Sunday and potentially throwing off your week?
Well, I mean, it's more. We've done it before, obviously a couple weeks ago. So it's more of the guys. I think now the guys understand. The challenge a couple weeks ago was you do it, you're late, and then you got a flight back, and the flight dehydrates you. All those. Did you know for every hour you're on a plane, you lose 8 ounces of water? Did you know that? So if you're on a 4-hour plane, it's 32 ounces worth, a lot of water from a dehydration. So we didn't have to worry about that. So I think our guys understand. They understand, the rest they need to go play well. So obviously you got to me it's the rest, it's recovery, and it's not necessarily the Saturday night. They slept Sunday probably a long time. Some of them did, but it's the Mondays, it's the Tuesdays, it's going to bed at night, and some of those things like they can't, they got to make sure they recover. Like coaches, we've still not recovered from New Mexico State, to be honest with you, because you're constantly on the go, and then we have these delays, and you can't get any rest because you're right back in here. So. If they'll handle their business, I don't think there's much of a change from that because they've done it before a little bit.
Interested to hear what you say about Caden Salter's running ability this year. His passing stats have been really good, but his rushing numbers are just kind of down a little bit. Obviously, last year was a big year for him. What do you make of that? Is that kind of offensive line? Is that just him kind of being comfortable as a passer this year?
No, I think, there was maybe last year some more calls for him to run. We've not done near as much of that this year. Two, if every game somebody's had a spy on him. I mean, everybody, they're like, hey, don't rush tons and have somebody waiting on him. So everybody's done that a little bit, so that challenges a little bit. But also, too, I think he's making better decisions down the field as well. And last year as he was learning, the system and doing some of those, maybe some of the runs he got were unbelievable, but maybe there was a guy open he didn't see. And that's why that led into a 50-yard run, but it could have been a pass. And I think this year he's way more comfortable from a system standpoint, so he's making the throws and making that. And then when he does, run, as I said, people have done a good job spying and some of those things. But I think when he has, it's been productive for us in big deals. The two that stick out in my mind, the Mexico State one, there was a huge third down run that got us a first down that allowed us to go score, and then this third and long the other day. I don't know. It might have been the first drive of the second half potentially, or maybe I can't remember exactly. But scrambling around made a big play for us. So he's been productive. It's just not been near as much as rushed for over 1,000 yards last year, and some of that's more by design this year. It's a long season too, and he's more comfortable with some of the things we're doing from a scheme standpoint. So I think that's limited some of those opportunities that maybe last year would have had.
Were you pleased with his response after the interception, just the start that he got off to, or just after he would have a negative play to be able to come back and do something positive? He missed on a first down throw to Mobley, but then he ends up rushing for like 12 yards, I think, to end up getting the first down in that series anyway. Yeah, those types of things. Were you pleased with his response?
Yeah, I mean, he's for us to, we had, 2 turnovers in the first. He had a pick, he had a fumble, maybe he had 3. We should have a third one. And for him to come back and play really, he played at a high level there, from after that. From running, from operating the offense to getting us the right plays. And so he did respond in a good way. I've got to do, our coaches, offensive coaches, we got to figure out how we can help him be his best from opening through all that. And whatever that is, whether that's the routine on game day, whether that's being more involved with maybe whatever it may be. We've got to figure that out because, as you guys know, when he's on his game, he's as good as anybody in this country, and I think he showed that in some key big moments. I think you're finding we're trusting each other more there, receiver wise, and some of those things, guys making plays, and so we are getting to where I believe we're capable of. We're not there yet, but we also have to help him get off to a better start, and so if we can do that, I think that helps our whole offense.
Time for one more, Coach.
Their QB Aguilar's thrown for a lot of yards, had a lot of success there. What type of challenges does he present?
He's really, he's tremendous. We thought we had him coming to our other place before we took this job, and so he know him, big arm, good athlete, confident. He throws the ball around, and they got good receivers. I mean, I think 400 plus versus ECU, and I think he was 302 or whatever it was. It's like 300. So he's very confident what they do. He's gonna be able to put them in some throws in some windows that not a lot of people can make. So he's a big challenge, and plus with the run game that they're traditionally good at, and the different skill guys they have, it's going to be a big challenge for our defense. I love how our defense is playing. Love how our defensive secondary is playing right now. They're confident, but this is arguably going to be the best QB they've went up against, and I know our guys are excited about that because there's opportunities there, and so we're going to have to play well. We're going to do a good job of not letting him get out of the pocket and create extra plays. I think he does a great job of that, but he's definitely capable of beating you from the pocket because he can spin it. He can throw it really well.